Hello everyone, good morning, or whatever time it is you're joining me. Let me bring the camera back a little bit. Here's this isn't the actual deck I'm using. This one's the little, if you like it, it comes in a mini version, but I have to put something on the table for the camera to focus on, otherwise it makes weird noises. So, okay. What I wanted to say, most importantly, is that we have a new moon coming in on the 29th. So this reading's, of course, for the 23rd, as you can see, for Thursday, January 23rd. But this is a perfect time to start setting our intentions because the new moons are perfect for planting seeds. And if we start with the seeds going into our consciousness first of what we're wanting to create in our lives, then we put it out into the universe and let the universe take care of it for us. Of course, we have to do our part as well. We have to do our work. But this new moon is coming in at 9 degrees, 51 minutes, so almost 10 degrees of Aquarius. So wherever that lands, wherever you have 9-10 degrees of Aquarius in your chart, that's the area you can be the most effective with this new moon. And if you don't know your chart, it doesn't matter. Just put it out there. What do you want? Aquarius is definitely all about freedom. So, but what does the tarot have to tell us for today? Shuffling it up to the highest levels of love. Universal love, light and truth, it's all the same. What do we need to know for Thursday, January 23rd? I heard it right there. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Yes, the universe will receive you. But we do have to, now I love getting this card because it's our reminder that we do have to have feeling. We can't just think it and write it down and like, okay, now it's all taken care of. You know, it's not like balancing your checkbook or your bank account or doing, tedious little things that you don't have to feel while you're doing them. If you're really wanting to manifest, feeling needs to go into the topic, the issue, the whatever you're trying to bring through. So you're given, we are all given, our emotional bodies, and the pure feelings flow through our emotional bodies when they're really clear. So we need to not be defended with the 9 of Wands. We need to not be defended around our feelings because processing through whatever we need to feel, even though it can feel overwhelming sometimes, your body, that's the thing. The cool thing is, and then we have the 5 of Wands too. The cool thing is with our spiritual body, emotional body, physical body, it's all one and the same. But your spirit your higher self has the wisdom to know what you can and cannot handle at any given time. So all we can ever do is to be willing to feel whatever we need to feel and not to defend around that or against it. Because don't worry about being beat up. Life is not easy. I do believe it's fair. You guys are going to think I'm crazy saying that, but I do believe it's fair. It's just that most people are very unconscious or partly, slightly, whatever, unconscious as to what their real beliefs are. So we can have our emotional material beliefs, we can have our mental beliefs, we can have, and I would never put anybody down for their belief system because it has to do with our experience. We have really, really good reasons for having false beliefs. But the justice in the universe is that you will only attract whatever you need to heal. So don't worry. Don't be in fear. Don't be offended about what life is literally ushering into you. Be at peace with that. Be at peace with life. This little symbol here is about, being the peacefulness of just being on earth and allowing yourself to receive. That's why we have the W there. We could say that's like the woman that receives. So there's a lot. There's a lot here. Now, if I were a younger woman, childbearing age, I would be, I'd be very defended around getting pregnant because, are we going to have the best care nowadays? So there's the battle, brewing for younger women. But on the spiritual level, if we look at the Five of Wands as being the need, it is the need for not battling against your love. Really, the only struggle we should have with life is to keep our hearts open and be open to, because that's always like step number one, right? You sit down to meditate, you breathe deeply, get very grounded. Opening your heart is the next step. Without that, it's just all a mental masturbation is the best way I could say it. If you're sitting down to meditate and you're not aligned with your heart, you're not aligned with your feelings, you're not going to get anywhere. So, and you can go into any feeling you need to. You can sit down and meditate and ask yourself, what am I defending against with life? And what could I do to be more proactive and get in the battle of, what seems like the battle of life, but it could also be the game of life. Remember Florence Scovel Shinn's little book that she wrote back in, I think it was in the 50s or maybe even earlier, The Game of Life and How You Play It? It's an excellent book. So on a very simple level, this could have to do with having some open-hearted fun, but maybe getting yourself getting clocked if you play some games with some kids that maybe are pretty good. Because the Five of Wands can be games. Traditionally, though, it's struggle and it's fight. But competition, disagreements, things like that. Now, it is our Saturn and Leo card, so it does bode well to think about the things that beat you up. Because this card can be about pride, right, between the two. And so with Saturn and Leo, it's kind of like my way. I want to be the top dog. But when it's just a relationship with yourself, you have to look at, what is it that gets you into arguments with others, maybe? It's about choosing your battles, and then you won't get so beat up. But the Nine of Wands, it's a card of so much courage. It's our moon and Sag. It's a fiery. It's the emotional impotence to just keep going. Sometimes it's a test of faith. It's a card of focusing on, with the moon and Sag, it's a card of focusing on your long-term goals. And then also just persistence and endurance and resilience that comes through if you keep on keeping on with your courage. Got that wall behind you there, and you're up high where you can see. But when we're trying to, kind of get through the challenges of any day, and these cards are just for one day, and they may not apply to you at all. It may not be applicable to you at all, and it's just a lesson in the meanings of the cards. It's interesting that I didn't have any reversals come through. I don't think we did yesterday either. So, I would say most of all, it's a day for picking your battles and focusing on what matters to you most. Because otherwise, we can just, waste energy. And this card's all about endurance and resilience. Now, if you are going to bravely embrace all of your feelings, because we can't make ourselves feel something. We can just be willing to feel. And if it's an emotional reaction, then it's coming from the past. Just know it's coming from the past, so there's no reason for it to scare you. But the deal is we want to process it through so that we don't keep attracting whatever it is from the past. Because it will always be in our face until we process it through. That's why it's really important not to numb out. But trust, like I was saying in the beginning, trust that your spirit has the wherewithal to know what you can handle at any given time, and you don't have to fight against that. Your job is to be willing to feel whatever you need to feel, and know that feeling will be your healing. And then you just keep working it. You just keep working it, and from there you can plant those new seeds of intention, in any area of your life that you choose. And yeah, might be a little bit of a battle. But if you have had any battle with somebody who seems to be a little competition or competitive, because the problem here with these two cards, a combo, is in battling or being defensive because people are coming at you and they have this need to be right. They have the need to be top dog. They have the need to, and it's a false need. It's coming from emotional reaction from the past. It's like literally their childhood. To be contrary all the time is a, it's usually a sibling rivalry type of a situation. But if you grew up in a home where people argued a lot, you think that that's the way life and relationships are. You do, because it's in you have magnetized it into your soul substance while you're growing up. So how else could it be any different, than that? You have to work to turn that around. So I would say today, pick your battles and be careful about engaging with somebody that just wants to have somebody to fight with. You might not want to go there. It's not worth it. Just move on, So, okay, that's all I have to say. Have a wonderful day. Bye.